Alright, we are back for the second hangout. If there's no issues, this should be the second hangout. And we will be doing Layla this time. And then another world quest, because there is a world quest I do want to check out before Fontaine. It involves a Fontaine character, not a Fontaine character, but a Fontaine person. Like a NPC, so I want to check that out. So let's get into it. We're back at the place because I believe it takes place in the same, like the start of it takes place in the same area. And she has 6 endings. So this should be interesting. Hangout event, Layla. Ever Silent Stars. I am curious if we're gonna see the other side of Layla in this. That, like, one that shows up when she falls asleep. So let's find out. Again, I will restart if necessary. Ever Silent Stars. Oh, I have to go to the academia? That's different. Maybe it was Kave's that takes place here. Maybe I should... You know, I should have done this during Faruzan's. I should have done this during Faruzan's hangouts. I'm gonna actually put my characters together in terms of the hangout people I'm with. I hope we get... I'm guessing we're gonna get hangouts of Catgirl here.
Sure, I'll hang out with you youngsters.
Oh, there she is. I was like very confused.
Oh, we meet again. Sorry, but I don't really have time to chat right now.
This line is from the first fungus event. And that's where you originally meet her. In that event. Are you going to visit Twirly Whirly?
Oh, come to think of it, I haven't seen Twirly Whirly in a long time. But no, now's not the time for that.
I just realized, oh my god! Her heart... I didn't know... Okay, this hangout is gonna be different, it seems, because I'm gonna have to build up her hearts, it seems. Unlike before, where they're full hearts already. Oh, it's her stress value. Shows her current anxiety.
I was originally looking up some information at the House of Dana, but the more I read, the more I realized that my thesis is horribly lacking.
Oh god. This is interesting. Being long tortured by her own anxious thoughts, Layla's stress value shows her current mental state. This value will fluctuate as the story progresses. Appraise the situation carefully before making your choice. Holy shit, this is gonna be something.
I should have been done with the first draft of my thesis by now, but I've barely written a third.
This should be interesting. Oh boy. This is quite different from the usual hangouts.
Well, I guess guess I have to keep looking up as much info as possible. I shouldn't give up now. But who am I kidding? Maybe I'm not cut out to be a researcher. Maybe I shouldn't have come to the academia in the first place. All I've done is cause trouble for my advisor and classmates. I should probably notify my advisor sooner than later, so he can focus his attention on the other students. No, I don't even have the guts to bring it up, and I haven't completely given up yet. To be honest, I haven't slept a wink for days. Just thinking about the awful state of my thesis keeps me up at night.
The other Layla, the night Layla, I guess you could call her, or sleep Layla, could probably help her out here.
Lack of sleep hinders my ability to focus, and if I can't focus, I can't do any proper research or thinking. I'm stuck in a vicious cycle. I've seen the caliber of the other academia students. They're all geniuses and fast learners. I'm nowhere near as gifted as they are. Oh, if it wasn't for someone who's been helping me out, my advisor probably would have kicked me out of the Darshan by now.
I'm guessing that person helping her out is, I'll be right back, and I'll mention that in a minute. Alright. Yeah, the someone who's been helping her out is clearly her other side. Like I said, like, sleeping Layla? I think I will call her that, Night Layla. That's the person that's been helping her out. Is this someone a good friend of yours? Are they the Grand Fungus Elder? Are they the Great Fungus Elder? Are they a sage?
No. All my friends are back home. I'm the only one who got to come study at the academia. This might sound strange, but I actually don't know who's been helping me. I don't even know if they're a person or not. Due to my lack of sleep, I sometimes get dizzy and faint when I'm stressed out.
So this is, okay, so this is, yeah, this does take place before that Darshan thing, because we know who is helping her out.
Yeah, but oddly enough, when I wake up, all the things I was stressing over are taken care of.
Shouldn't that mean you should be sleeping more then?
My homework's somehow finished before the deadline, and my papers are perfectly written.
I am curious about Layla. Like, what is with her, and why does she have a second personality that does all the work for her? And that's as smart as her. Or at least, like, knows about what she's thinking enough to get, oh, she's smart, I'm gonna finish this for her, type of thing.
But that's not all. My flowers are watered, laundry's done, even my broken camera was fixed. I really don't know what's going on, but for now, I'm calling the phenomenon a blessing from the stars. Maybe the stars above decided to help out after seeing all the effort I put into my research. If that's even possible.
That sounds pretty extraordinary.
But there's no point in me studying at the academia if I keep relying on this mysterious phenomenon.
Also, I do apologize for all the buffering, if you see that.
It comes down to my own efforts, improving one step at a time. How else can I honor my parents and live up to the expectations of everyone who knows me?
In the event, we find out, like, after her participation, a lot of people look up to her. In the Darshan event. That makes sense. The effort you put in is equally important.
Oh no, I've already spent too much time chatting. I still haven't made much headway on my thesis. At this rate, I'll need the Wisdom Seelie's help.
Also, the reason I wonder what she is because also she's quite different than everyone else you see. She has pointy ears. And usually that means she's, like, not entirely human. Kind of like how Ito is a Oni. And Yamiko's a Kisune. So there's different races in this world. The question, and of course the Yaksha. So I wonder what she is. You just said you wanted to rely on your own efforts.
Yes, but time's of the essence. So I have to take what I can get. Oh, sorry. I'm just making excuses. But the Wisdom Seelie is truly amazing and freely shares its endless knowledge. Oh, if you want its help, all you have to do is write down your question and you'll get a response a short while later. No one knows who or what it actually is. It's just known as the Wisdom Seelie. But getting an answer all comes down to the Seelie's mood. Sometimes it'll only give you a vague answer or play tricks on you. I'm pretty sure a researcher wouldn't do something like that.
I'm pretty sure there's a character in Hawkeye Star Rail that's called Seelie.
All I can do right now is hope that it helps me.
Which I probably won't stream that. If I do, it'll probably be random shit. What about the blessing from the stars?
Who knows if it'll happen this time? I can't put all my eggs in one basket. Trying my luck with another phenomenon is better than doing nothing.
Sounds a little sketchy, but I'll go check it out for you. Or check it out with you. It's too risky to ride on some fishy legend to complete your thesis.
Oh, really? But I don't want to take up your time.
It's fine, I don't have anything going on. I'm worried that you'll pass out from exhaustion soon.
Sorry for the bother. You're too kind. Okay, let's go give it a try. I've already prepared my question for the Seelie. I just hope it can help me get through this predicament.
I feel like no matter what, the other Layla will show up.
Among the countless legends surrounding the House of Dana, the Wisdom Seelie is one of the more popular ones lately. It hasn't been around for long, but word of the Seelie's existence spread like wildfire. Many people have claimed that they've received a reply from it. So, it should probably help me as well, right?
So do you call its name and it appears, or is there some kind of summoning ritual?
I don't know its name, and we have to keep our voices down in the House of Dana. Or else you'll get some scary glares from the Mahamada.
I don't think Sino would get mad.
Let's split up and ask around about the Seelie. Hopefully someone knows something more.
It's been a while since I've been inside the academia itself.
Excuse me? Have you ever heard of the Wisdom Seelie?
You've come to the right person. I came across this legend not too long ago myself. After hearing about it, I decided to test it out and asked it a question about the brightness of the stars. 2 days later, I got a response. It included 2 pages of detailed and accurate information. It saved me from having to look up a ton of resources.
Really?
Yeah, so I submitted another question a few days ago. I still haven't received a reply, though.
That sounds like what others have said. But I don't have the time to wait for a reply if the Seelie doesn't answer right away. Whatever. Can you please tell me how to submit a question to the Wisdom Seelie?
It's quite simple. Go to the bookshelf over there and find either theoretical astrology or a quick reference guide to astrology cases.
Oh, I know where those are. My Darshan has us use those 2 books quite often.
Okay, so write your question in a letter addressed to the Wisdom Seelie, and then insert the letter into one of the books. Come back in a day or 2, and if you see a red stamp on your letter, that means the Wisdom Seelie has replied. However, if the stamp never appears, then that means the Seelie doesn't want to answer your question.
I see. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go write down my question. Hopefully the Seelie replies.
Don't wait a second. Oh, wrong way. Have to run up these freaking stairs. Great.
Please show me your credentials
Damn, the bookshelf is pretty far, don't you think?
Finally. I wrote out my question and put it in the book. Wait, I guess. Let's give it some time. I'll come back tomorrow to check on it. Don't worry about me if you have other things to do. I see. Thanks. I appreciate it. Alright then, let's meet up here tomorrow. I really hope the Seelie replies.
Next day, you and Layla return to the same bookshelf.
Time to look at the letter. Please let there be a stamp. Please let there be a stamp. There's a red stamp on it. The Seelie responded. Fantastic. This is wonderful. My troubles are at an end. I can't even begin to express how grateful I am. Let's take a look at what it wrote. Thank you for your letter. Though I have extended a response, I cannot answer your query due to your questionable motives. Questionable motives? Me? Wait, huh? Okay, let's see. Completing a thesis requires independent thought and work. You planned on using my knowledge to complete your paper's most critical portions. That's not right. However, considering that your deadline is fast approaching, and that there is substance to the content in the completed sections of your thesis, I've decided to help you nonetheless. Follow the hints I've left, and you will find the answer to your question. Consider the effort you put into thinking and searching as your payment for my knowledge. What the... It's absolutely right about everything. Oh, I'm starting to feel guilty now. I can't deny any of it. But I'm running out of time. Oh, what should I do?
I'll search for the answer with you. It might be messing with you.
Huh? I could tell you're a very kind person, but I never expected that you'd go this far to help me. I'll definitely think of a way to make it up to you once I take care of my thesis. Okay, let's start by looking at the hint it left us. It should be on the second page. The first clue lies hidden on the road of wisdom. The headstrong child finally sees the world for how big it truly is, filled with awe, yet struck with fear. That's it? Not even a picture or any other marking to go off of. This is pretty abstract. What's this road of wisdom and who's the child? Possibly. That sounds like a natural conclusion. So, is the road of wisdom the road that leads to the academia then? Wait, I think I get what it means by the child and awe and fear.
You or the Archon?
When I first left home, it took me days to reach Sumeru City. I was completely shocked when I first saw it with my own eyes.
I forgot if she's from Gandharvaville or not.
It was so grand and awe-inspiring. Pictures of the city simply don't do it any justice. After seeing the city, a thought popped into my head. Am I really worthy of this place? Worry, fear, or whatever you want to call it. If I'm connecting the dots correctly, then I think I know where the Seelie is leading us. But how does it know my feelings so well? have a point. There's nothing special about my background or experiences. It could be anyone's. Anyway, let's go take a look.
So we're no fighting yet. Oh wow. All the way up here, the palace?
We should be close. This is the way I came when I first traveled to Sumeru City.
Wait, then where are you from? Also, like... I'm trying to remember what, And damn it, I just forgot something. Shit.
Aw, it's been way too long since I last visited home. No, this isn't the time for that kind of talk. We have to hurry and find the clues that the Seelie left behind. It is. Relying solely on what the Seelie said might not be viable. Assuming the Seelie is intentionally linking the clues to my past, I think I have an idea. So this is a little embarrassing. At that time, the sight of Sumeru City was absolutely mesmerizing. I was anxious, but also excited about all the things to come. I was distracted and accidentally stepped on an Avidia leopard's tail.
The price of being distracted. Hold. Hold.
I didn't notice it at all. The poor thing was sound asleep, and after I stepped on its tail, it bolted straight up. I freaked out and ran as fast as I could. There were actually more Avidia leopards sleeping nearby, and they were all faster than me. I almost got bitten a couple of times. Good thing someone from the Eremites heard me shouting for help. They managed to scare off the leopards.
I wonder if she's gonna bring up how she got cryovision.
Yeah, but when I finally managed to calm myself down, I noticed that the talisman my mother had made for me was missing. It's extremely precious to me. Ever since I was little, I would always carry it with me whenever I'm doing something important. I also had it with me when the academia conducted its selection exam at my village. I checked my bag at least a dozen times to make sure the talisman was in there. I feel much more at ease knowing that I have it with me. I had thought that it would also help me calm my nerves in Sumeru City, but I ended up losing it before I even finished registration at the academia. Yeah, and that's when I started having sleeping problems. I just began to sleep less and less each day.
Maybe the talisman is what kept her other side at bay.
Losing a talisman like that is definitely a bad omen. Oh, sorry. I'm starting to ramble again. What were we talking about before? Oh, right. Why the Seelie led us here. I think we should look around where the Avidia leopards attacked me. If the Seelie is trying to make me remember things that happened in the past, it would make the most sense for it to hide clues in memorable locations. Oh, hope the Seelie's clue wasn't also torn to shreds by Avidia leopards. Yeah, that's the only way we'll know for sure.
Pretty far from Sumeru City. I wonder if that means she lived... There's no way she lived in Gandharvaville then. She must have lived around this area. Or was she from Leeway? That'd be interesting if she's from Leeway. Okay, I do have a Dendro character. I was about to say I can't activate that. Oh wow, I didn't notice that over there.
Oh, we should be close.
I'll take care of that later, but that's good to know that there's that right there. I didn't know there was a withering zone. Let's activate this real fast.
Come at me!
There's a lot of gems around here too.
Sure enough, it's here. And in a really obvious place. That pretty much confirms my hunch about the Seelie's intentions.
Seems like the Seelie knows you really well. It feels like the Seelie is trying to provoke you.
I don't know. But how did it know about all these details? I've hardly told anyone about this stuff.
This might be the other Layla.
It's not hiding somewhere and spying on me, is it? Oh, that's a scary thought. Anyway, let's look at the clue we found. Seems like you haven't forgotten about your very first failure. See? It knows everything.
Might be too much, even for the Wisdom Seelie.
I have no idea what's going on. No wonder the Seelie is becoming legendary. Let's keep reading the clue. I've placed the second clue where heaven meets water. The answer, seemingly amongst the stars, was ultimately washed to some unremarkable place downstream. Oh, just as I thought. It's something to do with me again.
You already got the meme?
If the first clue was any indication, then the location described in this clue should also be related to my life experiences. Most Ratawahi's research is related to studying the stars. My own thesis work often requires me to go in the field and collect astrological data. And, let's just say there's another devastating and unforgettable failure I had.
Thinking about these things will only make things worse for you. Should we keep following these clues?
But that can't be helped, right? We do many things not because we want to, but because we have to. Let's keep moving. It might be hard to believe, but being out and about is making me feel a lot better than usual.
Is that port almost? Oh no, it's not. It's at the beginning of Sumeru City. Interesting. Hey, a good thing I did that side quest. Or the world quest in the previous part.
We're here. That's the spot. That's where I performed my first field observation after enrolling at the academia. I borrowed some equipment from the school and came here on a perfectly clear day. Everything was ready to go and I was positive that I'd be able to get some great data. But the equipment was a little heavy and I didn't notice that the ground was muddy and some spots were unstable. After I finished setting up everything, part of the ground suddenly shifted and my equipment started teetering over. I rushed over to grab hold of it, but I ended up tripping over another piece of equipment. The next thing I knew, everything was covered with muddy water. Me and all my equipment. You must be wondering how someone can be so clumsy.
Not really. We're all prone to mistakes when we aren't well rested.
Thank you for understanding. If I were the one complaining about not being well rested, it would just sound like an excuse. Oh, it's a vicious cycle. The less I sleep, the more mistakes I make. The more mistakes I make, the harder it is for me to sleep.
So what happened afterwards? Were you injured?
I just got a minor fracture, so I had to rest at B. Marston for a while. To pay off the damages to the equipment, I took some part-time jobs. I just went to work whenever I couldn't sleep. It took me forever to pay off what I owed.
Don't tell me your insomnia got worse after that.
Bingo. The pressure from my studies and debt was crushing me, and I didn't want to tell my family about any of it. After all, I am the legendary Layla who made it into the academia at a young age. And had never failed an assignment in her life.
Ever considered taking a break?
Of course. I've even considered giving up on my studies completely and returning home to help care for the Sumter beast, but that would be kind of embarrassing. I don't mean that I'd be embarrassed in front of others. I mean that I'd be ashamed of myself. After all, everything I've done up till now was only a result of my own decisions. Although, it hasn't always been smooth sailing, and sometimes things don't go my way. I made it this far on my own. There haven't been any major incidents with my studies, and I even managed to pay off the equipment damages. But I guess I'm exaggerating a bit. Most of it is still due to the help of some unknown person rather than my own work.
Well, it is technically your own work. It's just that they help you finish that work. Your parents would feel bad if they knew what you were going through.
And that's exactly why they mustn't ever find out. Once I finally manage to acclimate to life in Sumeru City, I'll show them my success. Oh, I hope that day will come eventually. Anyways, let's continue looking for the next clue. It should be around here somewhere. An unremarkable place downstream was the description.
I wonder if the point of this is supposed to make her stress so that the other Layla shows up.
That place downstream could be somewhere close by. Here, it's over here. Good thing it's dry. I was worried the message might be wet. Let's see. Have you found it? The unremarkable place downstream. Well, of course. How else could I be reading this message? Seriously. I've placed the third hint at a crossroad without a cross. You can turn left or right, but turning back shouldn't be an option.
It feels like the clues are getting more and more vague. It's probably because I think the way it works is Layla was getting closer and closer to waking up, so the messages get more vague as she gets closer to waking up. Because the other Layla only has so much time to do stuff before this Layla shows up. It sounds confusing, but it makes more sense if you actually looked at the event. Or looked into Layla's character. Funny enough, I haven't seen the other Layla yet in the teapot. But she might show up at some point, once I up the friendship enough.
They're actually getting clearer for me. I was sort of expecting this even before I read the message. I don't know if the clues are following a timeline or if they're based on the amount of regret I have. Either way, this incident was bound to come up sooner or later.
So I'm guessing she never got her talisman back. Sound like this is getting personal as a Seelie stalking you.
Would someone really go to all this trouble just to pull off some prank? I can't make heads or tails of it. Anyway, just follow me. I'll save the story for when we get there.
Around the village, not at the village. Not teleporting.
This is the place that immediately came to mind when the hint mentioned a crossroad. I came here to conduct some astrological observation once. Everything went smoothly on the way, and I thought I was starting to get used to life at the academia. But just as I was about to set up the observation equipment, I heard a strange sound coming from nearby. I made my way here and discovered a bunch of bandits robbing someone. They were a group of treasure hoarders, and the family that was being mugged looked completely helpless. They definitely wouldn't have been able to escape, and simply handing over their Mora might not have been enough to make the bandits go away.
So you wanted to help but couldn't?
Not exactly. I already had a vision by that time.
Oh? When did she get the vision?
Someone with a vision should technically be really powerful, right? Handling a group of treasure hoarders should be well within my abilities.
You are a sword. You use a sword.
However, I didn't know how to channel the power of the elements to fight at that time, and I was super scared. I wielded immense power, but I didn't feel any stronger than just an ordinary person.
Then what happened?
Then I ran away. I scrambled towards Sumeru City looking for help. Eventually, I managed to return with a few adventurers I ran into along the way. It took longer than I had hoped, and by the time we made it back here, the treasure hoarders and the family were gone. I don't know if the family only lost their belongings in the end, or if something worse happened to them. I faced a lot of problems after coming to Sumeru City, but this incident is one that I regret the most. I sat on the ground and began to cry. I could have stepped in to help that family. Would it have ended differently if I were just a little braver?
You did the right thing. You can't solve every problem with just courage alone. Being rational is just as important.
Aw, thank you for trying to comfort me, but I can't stop myself from thinking that way. It's just as the Seelie said. Turning back shouldn't be an option. However, I can't help but think about running away whenever I'm faced with a challenge.
The thing is she a good character to use? Because I wouldn't. It'd be funny if she's actually pretty good to use in like Spiral Abyss or something. The Seelie probably wants you to do more than just criticize you for the past. Why don't you try facing your challenge head on? Let's take a break from searching and rest for a bit.
You're right. The more challenging it gets, the harder I should try. I'm feeling calmer now. Okay. Let's go look for more leads nearby.
That doesn't
We're
help the hearts in
probably
the
getting
corner.
close now. Let's search this area.
That didn't make the hearts go back down.
Not now. Here it is, just as I thought. The Seelie must have placed it here in advance. Let's see what we have this time. Whatever it is, I'm ready.
Picture left by the Wisdom Seelie. The house.
Huh? It's a picture?
So it's not a riddle this time.
Guess not. This house looks like it's in Vimara Village. Does the Seelie want us to go there?
Is that the house where the family lives? Maybe it's some sort of trap is waiting for us there. This might be the last stop in our search.
I can't think of any connection I have with Vimara Village, though. I've only been there once, and it was pretty uneventful. Whatever the case, the only way we'll know is if we go there. Thanks, but I'm fine. I'm used to pushing my limits. I know how far I can go.
I wonder if me not doing the trap one would have stressed her out enough, and then the other Layla would have appeared. Do I have an electric thing? No, I have an electric user. Oh wait, no, I do. Let me think. There we go. Just don't attack me. Thank you.
Let's see. This should be the place. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. Maybe the Seelie didn't prepare anything for us this time. Or does it want us to knock on the door first? If we're wrong about this, it'll be super awkward.
Layla, calm down.
You're right. I can't always be like this. Sometimes it's better to take action than overthink every little thing. Hello? Is anyone home?
Coming! Just a moment. Oh, it's you, Layla. How nice of you to stop by again.
Huh? Do you know me?
Yep, it's the other Layla. That confirmed it right there.
That's no way to greet a friend. Of course I know you. Is this a friend of yours? Or perhaps a classmate?
A friend. I'm having a little trouble with my thesis, and we happened to be passing by. I don't know either. I don't even know where to begin. I recognized him immediately. He's one of the people that was getting robbed by the treasure hoarders. But he shouldn't know anything about me. He shouldn't even know who I am.
You said you've been in Vimara Village once.
Yeah, but that was before the robbery. I was just passing through. Even if he saw me, he wouldn't know who I am. He didn't notice me during the robbery.
Is something the matter?
I appreciate your kindness, but I really can't remember how we met. I'm sorry.
So you aren't joking? Do you still remember when my family and I were being robbed by a gang of treasure hoarders?
Yes, but I don't think I was of much help to you all.
How so? You told us everything yourself the last time we met. My family and I were surrounded by treasure hoarders, and I didn't know what to do. But then, we heard people approaching in the distance. Those treasure hoarders were the first to hear them coming, and started to flee the moment they sensed the situation wasn't going their way. They didn't even bother taking anything with them. I wasn't sure what had happened, but the treasure hoarders were scared off. I immediately grabbed my wife and child and got out of there.
Oh, so they heard the adventurers coming and they booked it. Okay. So technically she did help, but didn't at the same time.
Oh, I see. I'm so glad that you and your family were unharmed.
I thought it was a party of adventurers that happened to pass by, but later you told me that you had spotted us and ran to find help. You were amazing. You managed to keep a level head even in the midst of danger. I know you have a vision, so those treasure hoarders wouldn't have been a match for you. But they might have harmed me and my family if their backs were pushed against the wall.
Wait, that's not exactly what happened. I still regret not helping out sooner. Anyway, when did I come here last? I don't seem to remember.
It's been some time, but not too long ago. I don't recall exactly when. What's wrong? Nothing's coming to mind?
Nope. I'm sorry. I still can't seem to remember, even after everything you've told me. Maybe I'm just under too much pressure.
You came over and ate with us, and you played games with my son. If only we had taken a picture. Oh, you forgot a package here from that visit. You'll definitely remember once you see it. Wait here, I'll go fetch it.
Oh.
A package? I left a package here? Wait, this is it.
The pendant! It's the pendant.
This is the talisman that
Or
I
the-
lost. The one that my mother made for me.
The talisman, not pendant. Same thing, I think, but still. What the? Is it really the same one you lost?
Yes, this is definitely it. She made it herself. It's the only one of its kind. There's also a letter here. Was I planning to send it to someone? Let's see who the recipient is. To Layla?
I'm assuming you aren't in the habit of writing letters to yourself.
No. I swear I've never done anything like that. What is going on? Let's open it and see what this is all about.
Don't tell me inside is gonna be her thesis that she needs to get done, all done for her, because it's from the other Layla.
Hello, Layla. It must have been quite the endeavor to follow the Seelie's hints all the way here. Great work. Self-reflection is a wonderful quality to possess, but you'll only end up hurting yourself if you overdo it. Failure is a stranger to no one. The purpose of self-reflection is not to indulge in the pain of failure, but to succeed in your next attempt. If you're reading this letter, then you have succeeded in taking the first step. On the back of this letter is the core information that your thesis is lacking. It's actually been done for a while now. It only feels inconclusive because it's missing a concise summary to tie it all together.
I knew it. Also, wow, I was very close and not get. This is like, I think, not the best ending, maybe, but this is, I think, close to the best ending. And I was close to not getting it, judging by the stress level she's at.
I hope that this journey has provided insight for your life ahead. From the bottom of my heart, I wish you courage as you carry onward, and hope that you fulfill the expectations you hold. Always watching over you. Sincerely, the Wisdom Seelie.
Or your other self, technically. It has to be her other self. There's no way it's not. Also, this is interesting that it's showing us. It doesn't usually do that.
Oh. I thought we were going to fail. I thought that everything we did and all the time we spent was for nothing. But the Seelie wasn't messing with me after all.
Could it be that the Wisdom Seelie is you? Oh, I forgot if Layla knows that her other self. I wonder if Layla knew her other self was the one that helped her back in the Darshan thing. I kind of forgot. Or did the other Layla tell us not to tell her?
I doubt it. I mean, unless I somehow came here while I was unconscious and don't remember it.
No shit, that's probably what happened.
Although, having said that, I have heard rumors claiming that I sleepwalk a lot. But even then, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm actually the Wisdom Seelie. It could have just helped me while I was sleepwalking.
I don't know if she's the Wisdom Seelie. I don't know if she's the Wisdom Seelie, but she definitely is the one that helped her out this time. She helped herself out. Her other side. Either way, it's safe to say that it's related to the blessing of the stars. Blessing from the stars.
I'll write back and ask to meet with the Seelie and see how it responds.
I'll write back in this news. It probably won't respond. Or, it probably will, but it says it can't. Also, damn, her stress went down 2 hearts. That's good, but damn.
Even though I still have a lot of questions, this experience was fruitful enough. If it wasn't for your encouragement, I probably would have quit halfway through and holed up in the academia somewhere. Perseverance really does pay off.
Well, the other version of you would have probably still taken control and probably have helped you anyway.
I'm not sure if I understand what has happened, but it's something good, right?
Yes, it's something really, really good, and I'm very thankful for it.
Well then, since you're already here, why don't you stay and have something to eat? We just finished preparing some food. Come on, don't be a stranger. Your friend should join us as well. You can leave your troubles until after the meal. You must relax and gather your strength so you can take on the challenges ahead, am I right?
He's right.
Alright, thank you all. I can do this.
Hey, her stress is completely down. Hey, I think this is one of the best endings. I might be wrong, but might be one of the better endings. Or this might be the best ending. Who knows? I wish you courage as you carry onward. Hope that you fulfill the expectations you hold. Expectations you hold. Who are you? Where did you come from? Okay, this is not what I thought. When I talked to this person, I thought they would actually sell stuff. Okay. That was a nice one. Okay, I'm gonna do the other world quest, and then we'll restart again and cover Kave. So the other world quest I want to touch upon is down here. Recollections of a Fontanian. I don't know how long this is going to take, but I want to do it. You encounter an anxious man from Fontaine in Samira City. Also, wait a minute. That's interesting. Did he take a... How did he get here? Also, I completely forgot about this, like, bottom level to, Samira City, not gonna lie. Let me look around real fast. Is she selfish? If you do, yes, thank you. Good to know. So I have another person to get fish from. Who, me? What can I do for you? It's embarrassing to admit, but the aroma and spices here are too strong for me. During my time in Fontaine, I never had food with even just a hint of spiciness. Here I'm seasoning so much that I can't even hold the camera steady. So all I can do is ask someone to take a photo for me. You certainly seem like a kind person. To be a kind person, I'd like to ask for your help. Indeed, I'm very sorry I forgot to introduce myself. I'm something Lovelace, a researcher from Fontaine Research Institute of Kinetic Energy Engineering. I have a feeling we'll be stopping by there at some point. It's a mouthful, isn't it? You can call it Fontaine Research Institute, as most people in Fontaine do. The Fontaine Research Institute used to be a paradise for researchers in Fontaine, where most mechanical creations originated. But thanks to Mr. Edwin, most buildings in Fontaine Research Institute are lying in ruin now. We'll probably see that when we go to Fontaine. Also, this will be the last Genshin stream, or last Genshin streams. I forget to mention this in the first part, but this will be the last Genshin streams before 4.0, because 4.0 is next week. So, and I won't be home for that. So, that's gonna be fun. Ever since Raymondo and Mr. Coruscant took over the reconstruction project, the spirit of research at the Institute has been in freefall. I have standards to prefer a tidy environment. I refuse to live in a pile of rubble, and so I've been traveling around. Don't let my trouble spoil your mood. They have nothing to do with you. For now, it will when we get to Fontaine. Come on, please hurry and step before me once Xavier. That sounds familiar. Sees the beauty of Samira, there's no way he'll stay in Inazuma. Xavier's a researcher from Fontaine Research. I feel like we've seen that guy before, but... Wait a minute. No. Who is this guy? I forgot who that is. Is that the dude with the Tenari tails? No, I don't think that's that guy. Not Tenari tails, whatever his name was. I feel like I've seen him before, but I don't remember. We used to work in the same laboratory, and once he gave me quite a bit of help. He insisted on shooting a film, being the director that wasn't a very popular. Is this? Wait a minute. Oh, wait. Is Xavier? Oh my God! Brain blast. Is Xavier the one that was in the Mirage? The one that visited the Mirage that now like a Hydro thing is taking his place? Is this what that? This is a continuation of that, I think. I get it now. Okay, now I remember who he is. That makes a lot more sense. So he's in Inazuma right now. Interesting. Do you ever meet him? I swear we met him before. Like, his real self. Even after being assigned to other projects, he continued shooting documentary films. I feel like he's gonna help to do with that Tales series that one dude wants to do. In the name of recording their research process. Just like that, he went back and forth between projects in the laboratory until he was finally sent to Inazuma. He's a very resourceful person. I'm certain that had he been born in the past, when funding was abundant and more fields of research were accepted, or been born in a brighter future, he would have accomplished great things. That's enough of that. Come and take a photo with me. Right here will do. Not bad indeed. You have a gift. It's the first time in my travels that I met someone with such control over composition and color. Where have your travels taken you? Well, I could have come directly to Sumeru from Fontaine. After all, there's a line going straight to Beta Harbor in Sumeru. I guess that will be unlocked once Fontaine is added. I'm going to take a screenshot of this and refer back to it when that's added. But as they say, it's about the journey, not the destination. So I chose a more interesting route. First, I went from the Limos Harbor to Chinyu Vale, and then passed through Quincy Village, on my way to the stone gate that separated Mondstadt from Liyue. That's where people have been saying that where Liyue connects the Fontaine. I'm taking a screenshot of this as well. After stopping by Dawn Winery, I decided to head south and visit Liyue Harbor. I embarked on a ferry to Port Olmos from Liyue Harbor, traveled northward along the river, and here I am standing before you. After all, my goal is to relax, where I, a brave warrior with a passion for adventure. I might have decided to set out from Anatime Harbor and follow the ancient path of pilgrims, heading southwards into the desert. I think that's the harbor we're going to enter Fontaine through. I was right. I was right. Paying a visit to Natlun. Natlun? On the other side of the desert sounds nice too. Alright, I won't keep you any longer. Thank you for helping me with the photo. Please accept this as a token of my gratitude. I'm off to write to Xavier. If he still won't come to Sumeru, then I might as well go back to Fontaine. I need to look for Xavier. Not on stream. I won't do it on stream, but I need to find him and take a screenshot of that. The structure of the ships here in Sumeru is interesting indeed. Inspiring too. What are you doing? Oh, it's you. I'm just studying the ships here at Port Sumeru. Though, it's like you're going to order a reorganization of my project, which really means terminate. But I spent too long on this research to just let it go. Couldn't help but start to compare the difference in design between these ships and aquabuses. We will see those in... Why are these world quests? Why aren't these part of Archon quest? It makes way more sense to be part of the Archon quest. What is an aquabus? We will find that out in 4.0. And Fontaine is kind of a transportation system called Aqua Rails. Aquabuses are dedicated vehicles that use them. We're going to use them to get into Fontaine. If you ever find yourself in Fontaine, you should definitely ride one. We are. Not only are they fast and convenient, but they even have miscellaneous guides on board who will provide commentary on the scenery. Those are those little people. If you watch the trailers for Fontaine, you will see them on the... You'll see what he's talking about. Also, the special program, if you watch that. I swear I'm not exaggerating in the least when I say riding in Aquabus is simply a sublime experience. Your travels. Nothing special really. I could have come directly to Sumeru from Fontaine after all. There's a line going straight to the harbor in Sumeru. But to make a trip a bit more interesting, I went to Liyue via the Mindos Harbor and Shinyu Vale, which will probably be added last. Probably it'll be or later in the 4-point process. After that, I took a ferry to Port Ramos from Liyue Harbor. Then I traveled northward along the river, and here I am. When I returned, I made trek across the desert via Romantine Harbor. However, I have plenty of more left, so crossing the desert to Natlun sounds nice too. He might run into that bottle then. He might end up running into the bottle. I was right though. So the harbor is going to be somewhere up here. And I was right. It's either going to be down here past the robot, up here, which I highly doubt, or this path right here that's going to lead to Netlin. Or Netlon, however you pronounce it. It's going to... One of these two paths are going to lead there. So I was right to put that there. That is very interesting. The fact that these are events and they're very referenced they are very highly referenced to Fontaine. You would think, I don't know, keep them in the game? Or keep the story in the game? Maybe not the... Like, there's some things you should keep in the game that are part of events that are important. Okay, I'm gonna check one more thing. I'm gonna save this for Kave's. Because I feel like I just got that. I don't remember seeing that quest before. I have no idea where Kave is gonna take me, though. But yeah, that has been Layla's story, or hangouts. I think I got one of the best endings there. If not the best ending. But that was really nice.
Okay.
So I guess, and it's clear that the other Layla helped her kind of like she did in the event, Darshan event. But yeah, that was nice. And my theory was technically proven right about where Nutland is. To be fair, I think everyone that played this game and looked into the locations of places probably knew that already. But I haven't done that, so it's nice to know that I was kind of right. Also, next time I play Destiny, I have an announcement to make. If you don't read the TWABs, and don't look at Destiny Twitters. But for now, that is it for Lila's Hangout. Next up is Kave's, and I will see you when I start that up. See you then.
How did I do that?